This is about the end of the first part. It's gonna get the trespasser. This will be a short stream because I have someone to go today. Probably will stream later to go through trespasser. But for now, let's end the first half of the story. I'm upset that I did it wrong in a Winter Palace. I would have had Briala go with Celine, and that would have been the end of that, but it is what it is. If you wonder what you missed, there's going to be an uploaded video that I've already uploading over time, showing what has happened with what I was doing after the part where you saw me left off for for the Urban Wilds. It's mainly going to be seeing me rushing through and taking care of some loose ends. You don't have to really watch it. So the best thing I recommend you is just don't worry about it too much. But I uploaded it so you can understand what I was up to while I was offline. I had to pay an internet bill as well. So don't worry about it. This is basically the end. If you notice, a lot of stuff you would usually see is being taken care of and gone. And there's not really much left compared to before.
All premature until we deal
because I took care of everything that's really even needed as quick as possible. So yeah, I know right here there's that little area that I can do also as well, but the reason I'm not doing that is because for my human, it's not really important now. So let's just end it once and for all. And for this one, I'm not going to skip anything. I'll just let it go like normal.
Did you find what you need, Morrigan?
I can match the Darkspawn Magister's dragon. Yes. As for matching Corypheus, that is up to you, Inquisitor.
Believe me, I know. Then all that remains is to find Corypheus before he comes to us.
We've been looking for his base since all this began, with no success.
His dragon must come and go from somewhere.
Oh, what about the deep roads? We could send word to Orzammar, a higher envoy.
The moment is 2 o'clock, and I'm going to end the stream. So we got time. I know this was saying less talk in the stream, but for this occasion, I'm going to talk. Just for this one, I forgot to take off the
Valley of Sacred
talking,
Ashes.
but it is what it is. But I hope you understand.
Or
I
it
forgot to
swallows
take it
the
off.
world.
But that's Magnus. Wouldn't it kill him as well?
Inquisitor, we have no forces to send with you. We must wait for them to return from the Arbor Wilds.
Just as Corypheus expects, I suppose.
And if you notice over time from each video, from the beginning to this one, every time my character, if you noticed as well, his eyes changed from the color. The reason being is, I'm going to basically make it short. Over time, I made it for every single big moment that happened in the story. I made it look like the mark is affecting his body and his eyes in a way. Whereas his pupil color will change to show his connection with the mark. And welcome to my stream. This will be a short stream, but welcome anyway. I also have to start beginning on the project I was supposed to do for with me and my friends on Star Wars as well. So I will be doing that as well after this. This will be basically the beginning to the end of the human run.
Tell me, where is your maker now? Call him. Call down his wrath upon me. You cannot, for he does not exist. I am Corypheus. I shall deliver you from this lie in which you linger. Bow before your new god and be spared.
Never!
As you wish. I knew you would come.
It ends here, Corypheus.
And so it shall. You have been most successful in foiling my plans. But let us not forget what you are. A thief in the wrong place, at the wrong time. An interloper, a gnat. We shall prove here, once and for all, which of us is worthy of godhood.
I'm the Maker's chosen.
You dare. A dragon! How clever!
Shit.
Of you, it will avail you nothing. You will fall as a warning to those who oppose my divine will. As you wish. As you wish. Look at you, a Sopparati, nipping at the heels of your betters. You are nothing. All you love will be ground under the Imperium's heel. As you wish. You dare to touch an avatar of divinity. A pike shall hold your head before the gate. end here! Let the skies boil! Let the world be rent asunder! I will not allow it!
The breach is getting bigger! And then the fate swallows the world, right?
Not like this. I have walked the halls of the Golden City, crossed the ages. Dumat, ancient ones, I beseech you. If you exist, if you ever truly existed, aid me now!
Now, because of that, I'm going to add a new layer to his icon. Already good at editing.
You wanted
put
into
all
the
of this
vein.
compacted into different scenes. It seems I lost my sword. Well then, can't do nothing about it now. You might notice I saw this outfit changed near the end, but
Solus?
I figured it's more fitting.
I know you wanted the orb saved. I'm so sorry.
It is not your fault.
There's more, isn't there?
It was not supposed to happen this way, no matter what comes. I want you to know you shall always have my respect.
Inquisitor, are you alive?
Victorious, I see. What a novel result.
And you survive. Thank the Maker.
And it seems the breach is finally closed.
Looks that way.
What do we do now?
I will admit that I will skip the cutscene, as in the credits.
We go back to Skyhold.
I do not like credits. I don't think everyone does all the time, but I'm more of a person that, depending on the credits, I'll let it scroll through. I know this is not supposed to be a talking stream, but I can't help it for the end. Well, halfway near the end.
A moment, my lord. My agents have found no trace of Solus. He has simply vanished. If he does not wish to be found, there's likely nothing we can do. But I will keep looking.
Why would he just leave? Something must be wrong.
You said he was upset about the orb.
That can't be the only reason.
Now that Corypheus has been defeated, we have a moment to stop and celebrate. Afterwards, you will be busy. Every noble in southern Thedas is clamoring to meet you.
The fighting's over. Why do they want...
1,000 problems remain, and your opinion will be sought on each one, whether you wish to give it or not.
I don't see what the fuss is about. Corypheus needed to be stopped.
And you are the one who stopped him. Previously, you were an upstart. Nothing more than a leader of rebels and heretics. Until Corypheus revealed himself, they could not see the single hand behind the chaos. Once he did, they knew. A Magister and a Darkspawn in one creature. The ultimate evil. Now you are the only power left standing. Enjoy the evening while you can, Inquisitor.
All this pomp and ceremony can't top seeing that bastard Corypheus burn. No matter what happens to me now, I can say I was there. I helped you bring him down.
It took all of us, but we did it.
I shudder to think where we'd be without you leading us. So now that you've saved the world, what's next? Hoping to put it all back together?
It'll be a huge undertaking.
If anyone can do it, you can. If you ever need my help, you know where to find me. I'll be ready.
Am I imagining it? Or do we have a moment to breathe?
Definitely your imagination. The party, the cake, it's all an elaborate dream.
Maker knows I could use the sleep. You should hear the stories they're telling in the barracks. The pride in their voices. Some of the soldiers have requested leave to return home, but many would follow us still. You are proof that the Inquisition has made a difference, and that we will continue to do so.
Our soldiers put their trust in you, Cullen. I appreciate everything you've done.
I should be thanking you. You gave me a chance to prove myself. In your place, I'm not sure I would have done the same. I should let you mingle. I'm sure everyone desires your attention. Enjoy the party, Inquisitor.
I've been starting to think about putting all this into a book. I'm thinking, this shit is weird. The Inquisitor Trevelyan story. What do you think? It's a working title.
I'm glad you've gone back to writing.
Well, nothing's certain until it's in print. I still haven't decided if I should do this book. As if anyone will believe this story if I tell it. Not to mention, I'll have my hands full with reconstruction and relief efforts in the free marches as soon as I get back.
You should write the book.
I'll see what I can do once I get home. I'm not leaving for a while yet, though. We'll have to get in at least one game of Wicked Grace before I go. Curly needs to win back some of his dignity.
I should have added the bigger chairs, but come on.
So, demons, dragons, giant asshole Vint on a big magic rock. You don't let it get dull, boss. Good stuff.
You helped make it possible, Bull.
That's what they pay me for. It's weird. I joined the Inquisition under orders from the Ben Hathrath and stayed because Corypheus was an asshole. Now that it's done, I've got no orders. For the first time in my life, I can go wherever I want.
You know I'll find you the best fights.
I know, I know. Anyway, the only place I'm going tonight is back for more drinks. To us, being alive, and the bad guys not. Ah, Anan.
So many people died. More still are hurting. They need help. It seems wrong to celebrate. But I want to. The part of me that's me needs to, after all this. The servants are drinking. Some of them are drinking while lying down.
You have any interest in joining them?
I don't know. Not now. It makes things more complicated, and I'm not ready. Someday. Maybe. What happens next? Where do we go?
It'll be interesting to see what comes next.
Yes. Because of you. Thank you for letting me stay.
Finally got a party, yeah? A bit of fun for saving the world. It's the least Andraste's Herald deserves for making things normal again. Except for, you know, everything ever again. I mean, is this for us or for her? Or, you know, him? Because I was there and I still don't know what's real.
Couldn't it be his will and our effort? Perhaps miracles need a little help.
Well, what's the friggin' point of them then? Ugh, you sound like a sister. I guess you'd know by this point. Seems like you did it right, mostly. Still some things to do yet, right? Because I'm in no hurry to go back to Valrio. That's where I was. You mind if people still stay around? For whatever?
This is home. It if you'll have it.
Shut at you. I cry, I'm punching everyone. Alright, enough of that. Is this a party or what? Raise them for winning! Big freaking heroes, Inquisitor. All of us.
I was passing through the hall this morning and a serving girl saw me and squealed. Actually squealed, dropped her laundry and everything. Such a mess. She was completely breathless.
You were at the battle with the evil one, weren't you?
I didn't even get a chance to answer. She hugged me. Hugged me. This is your influence.
Admit it, you're having a ball.
I don't trust camaraderie, all these people smiling, buying me drinks. It's unnatural. Mind you, I can't say I hate the notion of being the good Tevinter. I suppose you can't all be evil bastards. The blacksmith said that, and he spat when we first met. I hope my father hears. He will shit his small clothes from shock, I swear.
You're an example of how noble Tevinter could be.
For Southerners, maybe. Back home, they'll be rolling their eyes behind their fans. Meanwhile, they'll conveniently forget the bastards who wanted Corypheus ruling us all. I've decided to stay with the Inquisition. For now.
You will?
Tevinter lacks the presence of my best and only friend. It'll keep.
Ugh, you should never have hired a new caterer so late.
Leave it be, Josie. Everything's fine.
It is not! I'm so sorry, nothing's quite as it should be. Do you like the drinks? I'm not sure about them.
If I told you the port was a little dry, would you burst into flame?
You're joking, yes? Please tell me you're joking. What a disaster. So much is late, the invitations to our guests barely went out at all, and it was so wonderful to prepare for a small banquet instead of the end of the world. Do you know what everyone is talking about tonight, from commoners to kings? Us. Thedas is discussing the success of the Inquisition.
You played no small part in our rise to power.
You had a role yourself, if I recall correctly. Truly, we will never forget those we lost. But for tonight, to victory.
Enjoying the refreshments? Josephine sent all the way to the capital for the petit four.
Oh, I love tiny cakes. And there's so many. Which should I try first?
I would avoid the dark ones topped with gold dust. Deep mushroom and anise. An awful combination, but it's quite popular in Val Royeaux. I believe they call it the exquisite misery. Ole. Why did we save her again? To you, Inquisitor, for all you've done.
I can't believe it's over. It seemed an impossible task. Defy the Chantry, build the Inquisition from nothing, defeat a creature that would be a god. And yet here we are, celebrating.
What's important is that you're here with me.
There was a moment after the orb exploded. I thought for certain you were dead. I prayed, don't take him from me, not after all we've been through. And then I saw you through the smoke. Sometimes the Maker is kind. I intend to rebuild the Seekers of Truth. To make us the Order we were meant to be. That will take time. Meanwhile, I am free to remain here. With you. I think back to how we first met. And here you stand. The chosen of Andraste. Proven in the eyes of all Thedas. And you are the man I love. How did that happen, I wonder? Know that I will always stand with you.
So much to do, my dear. I'll be returning to Val Royeaux to organize the Loyalist mages. The Empress requires my expertise during what is sure to be a difficult transition. But that will wait. Are you enjoying the celebration? Josephine was in a frenzy arranging it.
As a matter of fact, I am.
This is all for you, darling. Enjoy yourself. You've earned it. Go mingle. The night is still young.
A moment before you go. There's something else I wanted to say.
Oh? Lead on. What's this about?
Everything is about to change. You will be drawn in 100 different directions in the weeks and months to come.
Cassandra.
No, it's fine. I simply wanted to steal a moment, while I still can.
Tis said that Corypheus woke after his long slumber and found the world gone awry. He fought to bring back those days of magic and shadow, to raise himself as a god and set things right. Now, we are left with a scar in the sky to remind us of what almost was. It tells us that a great victory against chaos was won, but left the world forever changed. Consider the mighty empire of Orlais, where Empress Celine remains on her golden throne. The civil war is ended, Gaspar is defeated, but it is said Briala yet plots her return from exile.
That's where
the
I fucked
Empress
up.
now faces a war in the shadows. Elven daggers rule the night, and spies follow her every move. Fortunately for Celine, her gratitude towards the Inquisition has remained strong. Some claim she clings too tightly to the Alliance. Others know it is all that stands between her and defeat. The Grey Wardens of the South slowly rebuild in the months following the events at Adamant. They declare it time for the Order to emerge from the shadows, to join the rest of humanity in fighting their ancient foes. Rumors abound that they severed ties with their leaders at Weishaupt, and that a bitter war now rages between them. What becomes of Hawke is unknown, save that all news out of Weishaupt soon ends. Does the sudden silence indicate a battle within, or something far worse? 1 month after the defeat of Corypheus, the Chantry names Leliana as successor to the Sunburst throne. Given the name Divine Victoria, she first declares an end to the Circle of Magi. The mages will now govern themselves. She opens the priesthood to other races, declares support for the Inquisition, and rededicates the Chantry to the principle of charity. Divine Victoria is controversial from the start. Several new sects arise, resisting her reforms and declaring her rule a threat to the faith. She meets with their leaders, urging unity. Miraculously, her words take root, and for now, the Chantry remains strong. The Inquisition's mages, the former rebels led by Grand Enchanter Fiona, are left with a choice. When Leliana disbands the circles, they leave the Inquisition and reform the College of Enchanters as a new order. The college, they say, will allow mages of the South to gather in peace and seek new solutions to age-old problems. For the moment, it appears to be working. Mages are enjoying unprecedented acceptance throughout Thedas. And what of the Inquisition itself? Its military might has grown, now rivaling that of kingdoms. Fear of the Inquisition's army has become the true source of its power. I leave Skyhold now, knowing that power will continue to grow. The Inquisitor is a symbol to many, a leader of the changing world order. To others, he has become a target. They linger in the shadows, waiting for their day to come. When it does, the Inquisition shall stand ready.
I knew you would come. You should not have given your orb to Corypheus, Red Wolf.
I was too weak to unlock it after my slumber. The failure was mine. I should pay the price. But the people... they need me. I am so sorry.
I am sorry as well, old friend.
And now... the setup part 3. They've changed my appearance a little bit. Gonna figure that okay. It's been a year since then. My attire should change. My hair should change a little bit too, since it's been a whole entire year. So why not? It's fitting. I'll keep my helmet, but my sword... I'll make it into this. The chromatic blade.
Send my regards to the Lady Ambassador. Her ancestor visited the Emporium
even though my
in the
actual sword is stronger,
age.
I saw during the final battle my
I
sword
felt a
disappeared.
candle mounted
So
with the severed hand of a first acolyte of Razikiel. I wonder, do the Montiliers still have it in their possession? I should like to see it again.
yeah, I'll keep it this way. But the hair does have to change. It's been a year, so let's see. Oh no. That's a little too much off the top. I'll go with that. But the eyes is the trick I have to figure out. So, I'll make this. And I'll make this give off a type of green, like the rift has taken over completely into his eyes. There we go. And since it's been a year, I'll add one new scar. That's too much. Oh crap, I fucked up.
Well, I'm obviously in no position to judge.
And now we begin trespassing. And I'm gonna leave it off at the cliffhanger of Trespasser, since I have to get ready to go somewhere in the morning, and it's about to be 2 o'clock. So the moment I hit 2 o'clock, that'll be the end of this stream. For those who have joined, I am sorry that I'm going to be cutting it off around 2, but yeah, it's just that I have somewhere to go. But I will leave you seeing what I will be doing next live. Just to be fair. So, let's get the Trespasser, shall we? I would speak to everyone before we leave, but it's not necessary. So, let's begin. She's still on there? You know what?
So, Liliana, should I bow whenever you come into the room now?
The ceremony is not for a while.
It will be strange to see you and think, there walks divine
2
Victoria.
years after the death of
Then let us
Corypheus.
enjoy these
Well
moments
then,
while they last, as colleagues.
that's fine.
Or as friends?
What's this? A breach in decorum?
Perish the thought.
2 years. Very well. I would have never guessed. 2 years. I was wrong. Well, then again, it would make sense why his hair is this long, since it's been 2 years. Could say he's been combing and brushing it or whatever, and that he let his hair grow out since he now can relax. Still works, but just relax more. Now becoming more of a Trevelyan, fitting the appearance of a royal. Yeah, I could do that. I can see that. I might just extend it a little bit past 2, just to get at least the bearings of where we are before I just cut it right off. Just to be fair. Because why not? And of course, I gotta ride a golden horse. Can't just ride my nug, can I? Of course. Can't even give me my nug. Nope. Had to say, you gotta ride a horse with armor.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded
Of course.
entirely.
Whatever happened to you, Tegan? You just became very, I don't know, Tegan. You changed. I guess war and oppression and many other things can cause people to just change in personality after a while. He was actually one of my favorites from Dragon Age Origins, but I guess Tegan isn't Tegan anymore. But it is what it is. I can't be mad about it.
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Empress de Lyon, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Corypheus left a great deal of damage for us to repair. I appreciate your efforts.
And I yours, Your Worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
You can probably just call her Liliana in private.
You can, Inquisitor. Our last Divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Victoria has proven adept at winning allies with both her intelligence and her faith. It is a blessing in these trying times. We are lucky to have her.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, Your Worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Orlais. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
The Imperium sent an ambassador?
Yes, Your Worship. Dorian Pavas has taken the chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, your worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras. For one, I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. Enjoy time with them while you can, your worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council, Thorelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
The Inquisition still has work to do. We can't let someone's fear push us into disbanding.
Then I wish you luck in the negotiations to come. Maker watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
They can kiss my ass before they get me disbanded. Ah, Tegan, you've really become a pain in my ass since the last time I met you. I don't know why, but I just despise the current you so damn much. More than I've ever imagined. And out of characters that I enjoy, Tegan was one of my favorites. So I never thought I would despise Tegan. It baffles me. But then again, I shouldn't be too shocked. Tegan has changed. He's not the same man I knew back then. Which, in a way you could say, I shouldn't be too shocked.
Lord Cyril is on the Exalted Council. So sentimental about the Inquisition.
I will speak to them in a minute. I'm going to the wardrobe first. Wardrobe first, speak to them in a minute. Right, the wardrobe is right here. Sweet.
Good. Maybe.
Yeah, it's over here. Alright, Carter. I haven't spoke to her yet, but I'll speak to her in a minute. Formal attire. It gives off a blue. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that either. There we go. This is the proper attire for a person of the Inquisition of my stature. I'm kidding. Now, how is my armor? Yeah, it's still my right armor. Good. I will read all this later. Same for this. No more requisitions, it seems. Dorian in the last few years. I'll read that soon. Carter.
Well met, your worship. Well met, your worship.
Guess that's all she got to say for now. Which is fine. Now, let's see. What is this? That's Cassandra. Cassandra? Hold on. I might as well just start off by speaking to Cassandra at least. Barbaric Tethers.
You? Of course.
Nope. Can't do that. I think I know how to get to her. I think I do. So she's up there, huh? We'll end it off with me speaking to Cassandra and leave it as that. I can speak to all of them over time, but rather leave it off a note. As, hey, it's been a long time, everyone. Ah, that's Josephine. No. Oh. Well, fuck me. I got the wrong way. That's what I get. Huh? Is this a dog treats?
Oh.
Is everything all right?
Yes. Well, I wanted to speak with you, and now you're here.
This seems serious.
It's not about me. It's about you. Maybe you should sit.
I can stand.
Maybe I should sit.
Okay.
The last 3 years have been a joy. I cannot have asked for more love or a better friend. But to take such a drastic step, despite all the consequences or how it would appear, I fear what it might do to us. Do you not feel the same?
I really can't imagine what you mean.
I'm talking about marriage.
Marriage?
And my eyebrow just
Yes,
raised.
marriage. You are here to propose, are you not?
What?
You're not here to propose.
Damn the dwarf.
I am going to kill Varric. Why do I believe everything he says? Why?
He said I was going to propose.
He mentioned a proposal. I suppose I filled in the blanks. Or he did this on purpose. That dwarf gets entirely too much joy from my discomfort.
Now that you've brought it up, maybe we should get married.
Perhaps one day. It will be a truly romantic proposal, and I will act very surprised. What comes next will not be easy for either of us, but you do not have to fight for me. I am not going anywhere, not even if the Maker himself tries to stop me. Believe that. That is all I meant to say.
Well, let me still speak to her for a little bit since I'm here.
It is good to see you, my friend.
She called me her friend. No. That already gave me a red flag. The moment she called me a friend, red flag. Well, while I'm here, might as well just do what I can. It's 2 o'clock. I can be nice. I'll let you see me speak to everyone. Damn it. If I wasn't nice to people, I would have said fuck it. Golden nugs. This game is gonna kill me. Dog treats. Alright, what are they selling here? Oh, philandrous and stuff like that. I don't need that. What do they got here? The clasping... What in the name of Jesus? Whatever made this weapon, its flesh appeared to be alive. It could be an abomination to blood magic, a spirit twisted into physical form, or some other affront to the maker. It unleashes. I don't know what to call it. An energy that tingles foes together? The power thrills right up your arm. I'd cast it back into that cave. I found it in the thing weren't so useful. Finally, entry in an anonymous journal. God! I'm a little mortified of that thing. That's very disturbing, might I add. Ugh. God. Oh. There are some things in this world that should never exist. And my God. That was just mortifying, if I might say. I'm trying to see, do they sell armor? I'm still kind of just... I guess she doesn't really talk. Oh, whatever. Blackwall! I'll read that later. Bullseye.
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
I'm late, and you decide to make the Winter Palace rubble.
Eh? Never liked it anyway. Too fancy. So tell me everything that happened while I was away. And after the betrayal, and what I put those men through, my sorries were worth about as much as shit.
Are you glad you at least tried to apologize?
It's hard to say. I go back and forth most days. They needed to know that there's a way to come back from anything. And I wanted to help them if I could. I thought going up there on the gallows was difficult. This was worse. 100 times worse. Anyway, it's nice to be back. Though I'm not sure what to think of this council. No matter what, you know you can always count on my sword arm and my friendship.
Your aim is atrocious. I'm embarrassed for you.
Think you can do better?
This is why I love the people I've worked with on this game. They have always made me feel better. Cool.
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Did you know that a merchant in the courtyard is selling gemstones the same color as your eyes?
What an odd thing to say. I must see this for myself.
I appreciate the help getting him elsewhere.
I still don't understand Orlesians and their masks, but it makes him happy. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs?
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Oh, Cole, good day. I didn't see you there.
But I saw you, as lovely as your songs.
So, you? Huh.
The world has ample pain, Inquisitor. The kindness found in Cole is rare indeed.
Her songs bring happiness to those who hear, and I can make her happy in return.
Well then, carry on.
Well then, that's what you call plot twist. That's when you know Cole's been busy.
Here's you, and everyone. Glad to be back, all stuffed together. With the pressure full on. Again. Don't worry, Herald of Everywhere. I came prepared. I know what everyone needs. Just like best times.
3, 2, 1.
I expected a roof.
I'm sorry for anyone who had to hear that,
early.
but I just had to.
Anyway, that was a good run. It's all been a good run. I needed that. And I need... You know it's ending, right? We can say it won't, but knobs in places like this, all they do is end things. They'll try a leash. Or worse. But maybe you aren't ready to quit just because some Lord Piddlebits is scared of us.
Do I seem like I'm ready to retire?
I'm tired. I've never done anything for years. Point is, sooner, all this changes. And you've helped me understand. Too much. So it's my turn to help you. See, I have these friends, and all of them were the wrong sort of whatever. Their place changed, or it never was. So together, we made an us. Everyone needs an us. And when the world is done saying no and calls you the wrong sort of whatever, maybe we can be that us for you. What do you think, Inquisitor? Want to run some rooftops as a Jenny?
You want the Inquisitor? Don't I have a few more titles than your usual Jenny? No offense.
Some taken.
Words. Look, we don't want you. We want to be there for you. If you want to keep doing, it won't be nobles who help. It'll be friends.
Well, all I have to say is call me Red Frigging Jenny.
Way too confusing. You'll get a city. One that rhymes with arse.
Oh! I should have said we needed a we instead of an us, because... Wait! Anus! So stupid.
To all my friends.
Always and ever, Inquisitor. Always and ever. Sarah was never in the group.
3, 2, 1.
Creepy song is creepy. Ugh.
Well then, sorry, Krem, but you're gonna be single. I'm gonna ask, but I'm sorry, I can't
Your Worship,
see
I'm
Cole
glad you're
as
here.
deep as
Listen,
a
I need you
basic
to
spirit.
keep
I
the
just
chief
can't.
distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes.
It's for his birthday.
I'll see what I can do, Krem.
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
You know what, Bull? I really like hitting things.
I know, right? We have the best job.
Do you think news of the Exalted Council could affect the lyrium shipments from Orzammar?
Maybe.
It's good to see that the Veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the Veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration that repels the Fade. It's fascinating to see the remnants of Syrian culture here. Most of it was deliberately erased during the Orlesian unification, under the reign of Mafarath's son, Isarath.
Uh-huh.
Magic.
Did you know that
Lying
Ferelden
son
has
of a
its
bitch.
own names for lords? The country is divided into Ternirs governed by Terns. Inside those are cities and Arlings ruled by Arls. And then there's the Banorn. It's a large area of countryside ruled by multiple bands.
Good to know.
Surprise! Happy birthday, Chief.
Oh, you guys. You got me.
Damn it. Of course, Bull would know.
Hey, boss.
Well, who's next? There's Josephine, but no. She'll be one of the last few. Even though Cole's getting all comfy with well, let's leave it as that. Still a shocker though.
Make her be with you.
Dog treats. What's this? Grabbing it. Look at the. You know. Let it go. Let it go.
The Prince of Starkhaven wrote to you again. Of course he did. Just put that,
Is that
one
who
in
I
the
think it
pile
is?
with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Inquisitor! Andraste's ass, am I ever glad to
And
see
the lovable Varric.
And the Inquisitor comes to the rescue once again.
Is that what you call it?
This is Bran Caven. Until recently, he was the Viscount...
Provisional Viscount.
Of Kirkwall.
And what are you doing now?
I have resumed my post as Seneschal now that Master Tethras has been elected Viscount.
You're the Viscount of Kirkwall now?
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
So, it turns out, you fund enough reconstruction efforts in a city-state, the nobles give you the worst job they can think of.
That's fantastic. You'll make an excellent Viscount.
I think the nobility figured, after Dumar and Perrin, what's the worst that could happen if we put the dwarf in charge? They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again. They want shit fixed, and I can do that. Anyway, I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got underway. I got you a sort of present. It's official recognition of your title and holdings in Kirkwall. Congratulations. You're a compt now.
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it. You should stop by Hightown sometime to see your estate. It's pretty nice. For Kirkwall, anyway.
Proper disposition of empty estates is supposed to...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
I know it's giving him a headache.
This is possibly too much, Varric. I don't know what to say.
That's nothing. Practically nothing. Don't mention it. Oh, that reminds me. It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council and a special ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
Really? That is so much better than I thought.
This operates those giant chains. Can I try it?
No.
I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in Kirkwall if you want it. Also, control of the harbor, I guess. Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats. And we'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go back, though, right?
I wouldn't miss it.
Don't bet any public buildings this time.
Ah. I just can't stand this game. I just can't stand the shit that happens. Oh. I haven't got all the dog trees yet. We'll have to wait, Cullen. Ah, Vivienne. Always having a new crown to add to her name.
Darling, you made it. Excellent. I scheduled this appointment ages ago, and they do appreciate punctuality.
Appointment?
Oh,
with the Imperial Garden Spa, of course. You work so hard, my dear. I wanted to treat you.
Oh, my lord.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Of course it is, darling. That's the only kind I have.
What are the cheese wheels for?
It pains me that you even have to ask. You've clearly been living too long in barely civilized conditions.
Did you hear something?
Relax, darling. It's spa day. How have you been? It seems ages since we've spoken. I hope things are well with you and Cassandra.
Are you digging for gossip, Vivienne? Trying to get me to give up the juicy details?
Merely expressing concern for your well-being, my dear. Someone ought to.
You must be keeping very busy.
Someone has to keep the mess that's been made of Thaddeus' institutions of magic from flying apart. Don't you feel better, my dear? This place really does work miracles.
What happened?
Darling, it's spa day. Don't fret. You'll undo all the good they've done. Come along, Inquisitor. They have other appointments, you know.
Oh. Sarah, you are just terrible. Oh god, get me underwater. Alright. Next. I'm probably not going to be able to find all these damn dog treats even though I'm trying to look for them. So...
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
What was that? What was that? I saw that. Son of a... You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. My brain saw it, but if I think about it too much, I'm just gonna... Oh! What do you know? I found one. Hey. I'll read those later. How am I finding these? If someone says YouTube, they're getting punched in the neck. Because, no, I'm not the type to do that like that. If I can't find something after so many damn tries, then either I try again. Even though I haven't found them all, I think. Might as well. It's been a long time since they ever introduced a Mabari into video games, so...
If that ball were
hey.
a fireball, you'd be dead.
Holy fuck. What kind of dog is that?
You found a dog?
They don't breed Mabari in Olay. The merchant said he was abandoned. Perhaps his owner's tired of the novelty.
Tire of you? With that positive attitude and fetching ability?
He's not supposed to fetch it.
I don't think you understand how this works.
Another Ferelden trapped at the Winter Palace. I couldn't leave him to that fate. Besides, I think he likes me.
You could take him to Ferelden sometime. He should know where he came from.
I did promise my sister a visit. She might try to spoil you. Remember who you report to.
It's a deep-ass dog voice.
The Inquisition will change after this. I'm not yet sure what that will mean. Whatever happens, our people, you, Liliana, Josephine, will have my support. In whatever form you require.
If your support comes with that of your new friend, I'm sold. I know a useful ally when I see one.
You can help. Dodge this, and I'll find overpriced Orlesian dog treats before we go.
Well, just to be nice. All I found before I could... Well, that's all I found so far. That's... Let's see. Vivienne, Cullen, Iron Bull, Sarah, Cole, Blackwall, Cassandra. Wait, then where's Dorian? Alright, Josephine, and then I will try to find Dorian. Because that just threw me off, because... Where's... Shouldn't Dorian be here? Whatever. I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna just let it go past 2. Once it's 3 o'clock, that's all you're getting from me.
It's been quite a day so far, has it not?
Well,
I've been speaking with representatives from everywhere.
Have they given you trouble?
Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable.
Agreed.
The palace has been most accommodating. We are, after all, here at their insistence. But the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Is this in your daily notes? 3 to 4 o'clock, idle chat with the Inquisitor.
Of course not. Not precisely. The truth is, there is a small entertainment happening tonight.
to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
You'd like me to go with you?
Very much so. In all the years you've worked with Orlais, you had so little time to enjoy its culture.
I do wish you'd warned me the game would take more work after Halam Sharal.
It's strange. Those were somehow simpler times. With all that's been happening, I promised myself a single evening out. I'd very much like to go with a friend.
Thank you for thinking of me. I'd be delighted to attend.
Before I question
Splendid.
what it is.
I will arrange things at once. The past years have been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
A calm night out sounds...
3-2.
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
The expression describes everything.
Was the woman in gold playing a king? Who was the man in feathers?
Oh, it's all very simple. The first actor's mask is determined by... well, I will lend you the program guide.
The program...
But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
What I really enjoyed was seeing you put your duties aside for a change.
I truly did. Thank you for coming. It's been too long since I just spent an evening doing... nothing.
Here's to nothing. May it happen to us more often in the future.
Oh, look! The encore signal!
Oh, God. The expression on my character's face describes it all. What type of madness did I see? No, not to be racist, but our legions, so terrible. Just so damn terrible. Remember, kids, don't ever try to understand our legions.
Divine Victoria, am I interrupting?
Of course not, Inquisitor. I was catching up with Redcliffe's Arl. He's here to represent Ferelden at the summit.
Inquisitor, good to meet you.
How are things in Redcliffe, my lord?
Blessedly quiet. The mayor conveys his greetings. Redcliffe remembers its savior.
I had hoped to steal a moment of the Divine's time.
Very well. We'll continue this later, your perfection.
Many are frightened of the Inquisition's power, but I will do all I can to allay their fears.
Is there anything I can do to make your job easier?
Explore the grounds. Let yourself be seen. The delegates need to put a face to the legend. I have much to do, but let me say this. I may no longer be your spy master, but I am always here if you require.
I'm glad you finally arrived, Inquisitor. The Crown's anxious for news.
And your thoughts on Ferelden's position?
The breach is long gone, yet Skyhold's army remains. Ferelden can't continue to ignore soldiers on its borders.
I appreciate knowing where Ferelden stands.
You are owed that, Inquisitor, especially here. These Orlesians will talk circles around you before you get a simple greeting out. I won't keep you longer.
We'll
have words enough when the Exalted Council begins.
Catch up with old friends, but here's the problem. Where is Dorian? Oh, now I speak to Leliana. Okay. I swear, if they just added Dorian now, I'm gonna be mad. Well, not mad, but a little offended on the fact that they now just do it. Yep. I'm cutting it short though because I will have to go somewhere around
Will you walk with me?
9, so I gotta get some sleep. But I will let it be to the part where at least some way before it's 3
The first time
o'clock.
I came to the Winter Palace, I was only
So I hope
18.
you enjoy what I can give right now at least.
I was dazzled. Such rich hangings, splendid marble
Just to be polite,
columns,
if that's okay.
more golden lions than
Don't
I
worry,
could count.
I will live stream this again
It's all still
tomorrow
here,
in the morning.
still bright, but I no longer see
If
that
that's
same
okay.
palace.
Everything changes. People most of all.
Yes. Now all I see are hands rubbed raw to make gold gleam, tears shed in the night over silk embroidery. Others overlook them and forget their pain, but I am divine and I cannot be blind.
No. This is the nice Liliana. Calm.
They seek to tear the
I'm gonna say
Inquisition
this:
down.
out of all the
You feel
divines,
it
no Vivian. She's too corrupt, in my opinion. The reason why I say that is because I feel like if ever Dragon Age keeps continuing, is that I feel she's going to become an enemy in the next few games if she was divine, and that if it came to a mission where you had to kill the divine, I fear you might have to kill her.
And still dread the future. They are
Or a
afraid
mission
of
where you had to
nothing so
protect or
much as
something.
the hand that
Who knows?
directs it all.
I'd rather not have to
Mine.
worry about killing the divine. And if it's Vivienne,
Already your
I don't know how
actions
this
have
will go.
begun to
Hold on.
reshape Thedas. Your influence is felt everywhere. It was only a matter of time before they moved. I'm surprised it took this long. The Inquisition's time is coming to an end.
Sorry about that.
The Inquisition has done enough. More than enough. Maybe it's time for us to lay down our swords and go home.
We're not.
We set out to restore peace, and now peace is upon us. You and I have come so far through the darkness together. It is time for us both to live in the light. But whatever you decide, I will be honored to stand beside you.
Exactly. Vivienne is just, dear God Almighty, pray for us all. When I found out how Vivienne is as the divine, oh my God. You will never see me make that decision again, no matter what character I play. I'll tell you now, this will not be the only character I play as a walkthrough. I plan on playing a walkthrough through all the races, but I'm being honest with you right now, 2 things. Cole, to me, is, even though I know why people make him into a spirit, I just like human Cole. He deserves happiness too. And secondly, just to be honest with you again, Vivienne will never become divine. I don't mind helping the mages become a part of the chantry, but her being divine, no. To me, in my opinion, she's just too corrupt. She's just too evil. And, well, not evil per se, just she's like that necessary evil. She has her own moments. Play with Lizard Man too. I feel sad for her boy, for Amanda Bastian. I'll say this: even though she's a cold ass bitch, it seems that Bastian was probably one of the only things that showed her as a nice person. Too bad he's gone. But things happen. You can't always expect. Oh, there's Dorian. How do you do?
Ole is on your side, Lord Parvis. The
Maybe
Inquisition's
the
support
Dorian,
is not
the
a
man
thing
with
to
the
lose
most
lightly.
fabulous
Which is
mustache
why
in
the
the game.
Orlesian court is circling it with a net and collar? But you'll have to excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet.
Yeah.
Inquisitor, how long has it been? Don't actually tell me. I despise feeling old. It's good to see you, my friend.
Thrilled to be at the Exalted Council, Lord Pavis.
Oh, riveted. Orle wants the Inquisition tamed, Ferelden
next
wants it
character
gone,
that you
Chantry
will-
medals,
I'm a drama-
and
drama
Tevinter
controller.
sends but one
I was gonna say the
ambassador.
next character you'll see
So
me
that's me,
play
by
and
the
do a
way.
walkthrough will be
A
a
reward for my
Qunari
interest
mage,
in the
a
South.
male, at that.
Thankfully,
I'm making him
Ambassador
a young
Palace
one
is a
because you
token
see, I
appointment.
figured,
Call on me as
General
you like.
Motions, you'll see that he's growing up. But I should tell you, for each character I play,
Inquisitor,
certain milestones for the
Duke
game,
Cyril
I
Montfort,
age my
member
character
of the
in a way
Council
to
of
make certain
Heralds
about him look
and Lord
different
of
as they got
Chatelaine.
older. Or
I
you'll
have
notice
long
also
followed
about the
your work.
eyes.
It is
I give them a
extraordinary.
natural eye color,
Is
but
that
then you'll
sentiment
notice
shared
over
by the
time
rest
I
of the
make it
court?
match more of the mark or the breach
Of
color.
course.
Reason
All they
being is
wish
that I
is
make
only
it
to offer
seem like the
respectful
breaches
guidance to the
over
Inquisition.
time affecting their appearance.
Does your grace feel the Inquisition should continue to rule itself?
I would rather see the Inquisition join us
That
freely
could be,
than
that's
be
true,
carved into
but
pieces
I
for
always
the
saw it
chessboard.
as
I have not
a
forgotten
sad
Justinian's
love
death.
relationship
I had
to
friends
me.
who perished
Because when
at
I
the
spoke
Temple
to
of
her, I
Sacred
could see
Ashes.
that
More than the good
despair
you have
went in
done.
her eyes
It is a good
fast.
we may do together. I don't wish to lose.
I guess in my opinion,
Whatever
I always
happens,
saw that
Inquisitor,
Bastion was the
I
only thing that
wish you
showed
well.
a little bit of human in Vivienne. The only bit of human that was in her. Too bad she lost him. But that's the world that we live in. Now that he's out here, where are you? There you are.
Such changeable weather this season.
I'm probably about to get drenched for what I'm about to do. But I do not care. Wait a minute. About to say. Dorian.
What is that servant? As the most eloquent dwarf you know, Sparkles...
Speech! Speech! Way too much speech.
Varric, there's really no need.
You're not wrong.
What's going on?
Inquisitor! You're just in time. Sparkles, the Imperium doesn't deserve you. Or want you. It may even kill you. But we'll miss you. If it counts.
Whoa.
And you didn't know. Okay,
And
folks.
you're about to
Time
get
to take
fisted.
the party elsewhere.
I love you. But still.
Toma never wanted any. I swear.
The fuck?
Leave him.
I don't think we should ask about Varric, should I? We'll leave that alone. I have stronger armor than what I have on right now, but I figured since a time skip since 2 years, I figured, okay, this armor would be more fitting of why
When the
after
Exalted
a year,
Council is ended,
actually 3
I'm
years
going
has
back
passed.
to Vinter.
He's made his
For
armor
good
look more
this time.
political, even though it's a lot weaker.
You know I'll miss you.
Naturally. My father is dead.
I've made my character when it comes to
Assassinated, I
Dorian,
believe.
even though he doesn't
I
be on my main
received
squad,
notice this
he
morning.
will always be like that
A
cousin to
perversely
my
cheerful
character.
letter congratulating
Someone I
me
can
on
always
assuming
make
his
jokes
seat in the
and talk to.
magisterium. We only met a few times while I was home. He didn't say anything about keeping me as his heir. This ambassadorship, his doing, I'm told.
Yeah.
He must have wanted me away when the trouble began. I have to go back.
So you'll truly be a Magister?
Oh, yes. I can't wait to degrade the Magisterium with my presence.
Well,
a new outfit is
wouldn't it
required.
be kind of cool to see
I
Archon Dorian?
find my father's killers and kill
That would
them
be
back.
awesome.
Then I find
Archon
those giving to
Dorian.
Vinter a bad
That'll be
name
some
and
shit.
Kill them. They're most likely the same people. So that
If
should
you
make
ever
the
get
job
promoted up
easier.
to Archon.
You'll need help. I could go with you.
Not this time, my friend. I won't be entirely without support. Mayveris has gathered other magisters who feel as we do. We'll be an actual faction in the Magisterium. I'll teach them manners, take them shopping. It'll be fun.
Oh god, he's trying to make everyone scandalous.
I know it was complicated, but I'm sorry about your father.
Thank you. It still doesn't feel real.
I wish you safe travels and the best of luck.
Oh, I'll need it, thank you.
FF character
Magisters
right up.
are tricksy bastards.
A present. A going away
We'll talk
present.
about
It's a
that, but I'm
sending
not going to
crystal.
spoil.
Amazing what friendship with the Inquisition gives you access to. If I get in over my head, or you're overwhelmed with sorrow for lack of my velvety voice...
I will say this. I will do every single race, male and female.
You didn't think
so
I
you
would
will
just
see
leave
male
and you'd never hear
walkthroughs,
from me again, did you?
and then after I'm done with the males, you'll see a
my
female
dearest
walkthrough.
friend. Perhaps my only
But you will
friend.
see a little difference in
That will
how I
never
treat their
change, no matter where
personalities
we
in
are.
some circumstances.
Now let's finish the
They
good
still
fight
do the
before
right
the others
thing in
get
their own
back.
way, but at the same time, they are still... The reason why they all seem to still do somewhat good is because it's a little bit of I'm rubbing my personality on them, but also treating their race in respect of how they are. With a Qunari, I figured it's a nice, aggressive tone. With a dwarf, I figure a sarcastic tone. When it comes to a human, well, I think you can tell. When it comes to an elf, very, in my words, I would say, historian, and also loves to keep order. And the only bonus I like out of what I can do with the human one is that one of the few bonuses is I'm able to help both Navarra and Teventer at the same time.
Such changeable weather this season.
So I kinda can cheat the ways of having to worry about both sides. So fuck law, I can actually help both.
Thank you, Your Holiness.
Now it is time.
Now, Artigan, as to your concerns.
The Inquisition established an armed presence in Ferelden territory. You outright seized Caer Bronach in Crestwood.
Our goal was to keep more Ferelden citizens from dying, not to seize power.
Your help was appreciated 2 years ago, Inquisitor. Now order has been restored, yet you remain. Invading under pretext of restoring order is exactly what the Grey Wardens did to us centuries ago, and we exiled them. Now the Inquisition is doing the same thing with Grey Wardens in their ranks.
Seeing that the video
Your
I tried to upload of
concern
what I
is
was
ill-founded.
up to at
The
that
Grey
time
Wardens
cannot
have proven their
upload.
worth time and again.
And also Tegan,
Of course,
I don't know what the
Orlais
fuck happened to
tolerates
Tegan,
this
but he's become a
interference.
bitch.
The
Like,
Inquisition
Tegan
is
is
the
just
only
horrible.
reason Selene
Out of all
still has the
characters that
throne.
changed over the years,
Rest
he
assured,
became
Tegan,
horrible.
the Empire of
Like,
Orlais
what the
will
fuck
not
happened to
stand
you?
idle if the
I
Inquisition
have no idea
oversteps its
why
bounds.
Tegan is so
Unlike
bad
Ferelden,
now. Like,
however,
he's just
Orlais
horrible.
understands
Out of all
that these were the
characters I've seen
well-intentioned
since the
mistakes of a young
years, he's
organization.
become more of an
An
asshole,
organization
in my
in need of a
opinion.
guiding hand. Yours, no doubt.
Pardon me, Inquisitor. Divine Victoria wishes to speak with you in private.
The Divine Victoria, who's sitting just up there.
Yes, and who was once your spy master. It's a pressing matter, Your Worship.
My apologies. An urgent matter has come to my attention. Ambassador Montillier, can you handle this for a short while?
Of course, Inquisitor.
This is highly irregular.
Perhaps it would be best if we took a short recess.
Tegan, I hate you so much for some reason. I know. Sarah, she's bi. Don't worry, I got something for Sarah. But the female elf, I already know who she's going with. Which will probably be sad of who I'm setting her up for. Which I think we both know the answer to, but still. Since Sarah likes a certain race, she'll get exactly what she wants. Too bad I can't do
said we
mods
should both
on
see
PS4.
this.
or
I believe she was correct.
that. But if I could find a way to upload on
Canary warrior
upload
in
on
full
my
armor.
PC,
How did he
I
get
would
into the
actually
winter
have shown a walkthrough with my hybrid character, which is a mixture of the human male build, the height of a Qunari, and the features of an elf. Yes, I have a character that is like a mix of those three.
So what would the left hand of the Divine see when she looked at this?
This is a warrior, not a spy. Part of the Antam. the Canary military. Most of his wounds come from a fight against someone using magic, but at least a few are from a blade. He was badly hurt, separated from his allies, and made it here before he died. But how?
Would the Iron Bull know anything about this?
I asked, and he is as surprised as we are. Since becoming Tal-Vashoth, he has had no contact with his people. He seems frustrated at not knowing more.
We need to find out what's going on. Can Josephine manage the diplomats while I look around?
She will be fine. It's all speeches and posturing for the first few days anyway. I will extend the recess as long as possible. I will also have our friends ready themselves for battle if need be.
You think that's likely?
I think the Exalted Council may be more exciting than we expected.
Cassandra, well, the reason why you don't see Cassandra on the throne is because I like Cassandra. My character's with Cassandra, this human one. Don't worry, the next character will not be with Cassandra. But the main thing is that the reason why I pick Liliana as divine is because her approach at things. Ah, you are right. I mean, the reason why I picked Liliana is because with Liliana, what I did for her case is a little more specific.
It looks like he came down over the railing.
And what I mean as in specific is her character in particular, where she's doing with this, I made it the good Liliana. So because she's so pure and because she's so able, I allowed it to where she's able to convince and also be able to get political standing in a nicer manner and less bloodshed. She also allowed the mages to become a part of the well, I think you know, part of the Chantry and other races as well, which I'm okay with. Oh my god, it's an alluvion.
If I'm going through it, I'm not going alone.
Heck no, you're not. But mainly, yeah, that's what I was going for when I brought this in. Since Solus is gone, I think we both know what that is. Fenharal. I'm a Grabdorian. Oh, Harding is a romance. She's just not exactly a hard-on romance, you could say. This was the armor I was talking about for my character that I made a little bit more applicable since then. Even though it's a weaker variant of the armor I actually have. It's weak as hell compared to the armor I have now, but I put this on for reasons. I figured it fits more with the setting of his look, even though the other armor actually goes with the helmet. I also switched his weapon, even though I have a way more powerful weapon. I figured since it's been years since he fought, and I saw near the end of Dragon Age his weapon was gone, his sword, I gave him this as a weapon instead, if that's okay. I figured it fits more with the setting that a lot of stuff have changed since his day as the Inquisitor, and since he lost his sword, he doesn't have everything. Oh, she is, kind of. I can tell you how if you want.
Judging by the bloodstains, he tried to get through here.
Is something wrong?
This mirror doesn't look broken, but it's inactive. Maybe there's a way to unlock it.
No, that's another thing. If you notice about Sarah near the end, when it shows about what happened after you end the part of Trespasser, it is shown that her and Sarah have a romance. Unless I guess your character romance her. But you can romance Harding, but it's not exactly the way you might think. How you romance Harding exactly? Well, you don't get no love scene, I will tell you that much. Which sucks. But hey, everyone has those days. Let me stop. But yeah, you don't get to see that makes sense. Well, the elf one will have to wait, because first off it's going to be a Qunari, then an elf, then a dwarf. That's how I plan on doing the walkthroughs. The Qunari one, I'm going to kind of have a little fun with that, because if you want to know who's the Qunari romancing, he is romancing Josephine. The elf, I have not decided on who he will romance. I'm thinking about allowing the elf to romance that you know, that lady who is from no, it's not that I like dwarves. I do like Qunari. I like Qunari for reasons but I like dwarves too. You know, I like dwarves like that. I'll say that. I like dwarves. Give me a dwarf like Varric, you got me and I'm sold. And funny enough that you mentioned my dwarf does not have a beard. I should let you know, heads up. Also, my Qunari will be a mage. Like I said, he will be a mage, so you will see magic happening from my Qunari. And plus, I'm kind of a dragon hunter. I should give you a heads up on that. I love the rush of fighting dragons. So, I have fought many dragons and killed many dragons as I played through this game, so be warned, you will see me kill dragons. Yes, I am a Cerebos. My dollar pauser, I might as well just have you here for when it comes to lore or when it comes to me playing through these when I do live streams. I should let you know, sometimes my live streams are random, so there will be days I'm playing, days I won't, but I will explain that anytime I'm on DAI, you will always see me live streaming it. I couldn't live stream most of the half of what I was doing when I was doing the part where I left the cliffhanger for when I was in the wilds, sadly, because the internet was off, and I just said I want to get past this to get the trespass already. So, hey. But yeah. Oh yeah, this is my character's sword. Oh shit, I can't use it. But my character has a prismatic blade, and I made all the other side stuff you know that you get on the war table. I cleared it all off before I even did Trespasser. How? I did the trick that everyone can do to actually forward time a little bit, so I forwarded time for each of the stuff I cleared up. So all of that stuff is done. Don't have to do them again until the next character. So yeah, that's all done. You don't have to worry about that. I do that when I'm near the end of killing Corypheus, so yeah, I didn't get to live stream me doing that, but hey. I think the Orlesians and the Elves are a lot more tied in than they admit. So, I think there's some stuff that needs to be explained better than they should. But that's where I kind of fucked up for this playthrough.
I'm not sure we're even
I was
in
gonna have
Orlais.
Riala going with Celine, but I fucked up. I forgot how to do it for a second. But hey,
Another
you win some,
Qunari,
you lose some.
Dressed like the one in the Winter Palace. He's part of their military. Dressed for war.
By the way, this is my blade. The prismatic blade. What do you think? Is it fitting, or should I have gotten something else? I have to find a way in here. And I know I have to go forward, but before I do, let's see what's in here. That is true. But who knows what might truly be the call. Oh my god. Wow, that was just... Wow, my health just got destroyed. Holy shit. I forgot how to put out these fires. I honestly forgot. Well, shit happens. But unmodded wise, I have a character that's a hybrid of Qunari, human, and also, if I remember correctly, Elven. I made him Trevelyan, but I made it that he was tied to the elves in their own way in their family. I made it where the Lord of the Trevelyan's secretly had an affair with an elven woman who was from one of the elven clans. The reason why he's Qunari is because, well, the elven woman is actually not fully elven herself. So what happened is that their child came out as that character in my mods. The boy was raised as to be like a true Trevelyan, but he still knew how to speak an elven tongue. Where you see the boy's mother actually joined the Lord, but secretly actually became a part of it. And as he learned how the elves work and everything else, he also still learned about how, well, how lordships worked, how kingdoms worked, how everything else. But maybe eventually I'll find a way to live stream mods on my PC. And what the fuck?
Scorch marks everywhere. This is the work of a mage.
A powerful one. I can still feel the heat crackling.
We need to find out why these
I know who
Qunari
did
were
it.
here.
I
And
know
who did this to them.
alright. What time is it?
Over there, Qunari. If we want to know why they're
Alright, so
here,
3:30,
we've got
this
to
will
get
be the
across
end
to that
of the
hideaway.
live. But before I continue there, do I want to go to that one? Oh yeah, this one's cracked. Back! Oh well. Yeah, that's broken. Oh no, let me get Varric right now.
The elves bound a spirit here. It feels old. Very old.
What does it want? I'm afraid I can't understand a word you're saying.
If I was Elven, I know I would have actually came out differently. Whoop. Oops. I think my Elven character will have fun. keep Derek as main party member, these are why. I love those mini bombs. They just get the job done. I also have to get Dory in the revival squad. I'm honestly gonna need it the most. Hell no, I'm not dying. And my character would last longer if I put on his other armor, but the reason why I'm not is because, well,
we are.
You know what? I'll just show. This, let me show this. This is my character's actual strongest weapon. And this is his strongest armor. I could put those on, but I figured it's been 3 years. 3 years, and I would think that something had changed. And I saw that the sword that he had when he fought Corypheus is gone. So I figured he lost his sword during the battle, so hey, character development. Yeah, alright. I'll put the stronger sword on for now. Just to be fair.
That was like Veilfire. It claimed this was a refuge for elven slaves.
You mean the ancient elves kept slaves?
I'm gonna probably die,
One
but
more thing never to tell Daisy.
This whole valley was a sanctuary created by the dread wolf.
You know what? Fuck it.
Fen'Harel? The Dalish elves' god of misfortune.
I'm more of a guy that will collect everything.
A letter by the Kunari.
And
why are they
revive.
translating it into our language?
Forgot to tell you, I have an ability on my character that allows me just to revive myself repeatedly. I can only revive myself a certain amount of times, though.
Wounds on the back, no blood on his sword. Someone took him by surprise.
This can't have happened too long ago. The blood's not even dry.
So, we're getting the band back together. That's exciting.
Maybe I guess it's that they're trying to get
Just
something
because you can't carry
explained,
a
maybe.
truth seeker doesn't mean you're not front and center in our band of misfits.
Here we go again. What a change of pace from the Winter Palace. A clear sky, a beautiful view, and yes, fields and fields of stripweed as far as the eye can see.
Strip what?
Terrible stuff. Looks like grass, stings like a knife, and causes sores if you so much as brush against it. So, of course, everyone in Menrathus insists it makes a very decent tea.
That sounds insane and sounds very delightful.
This is Fen'Harel, helping former slaves as a mortal, not a god.
He took great pains to renounce his supposed divinity.
Ordinary guy saves people, accidentally founds religion. Sounds a lot like the chant, actually.
Fen'Harel sounds like quite the rebel. The old elven gods
They
must
are,
have simply
in their own
loved
way,
that.
but at the same time, they're not too far from humans in their own way as well. In my opinion, how I've always seen the elves in Dragon Age, they're not too far from going in the line of a human. But at the same time, the divinity is also very peculiar. If it wasn't for Fen'Harel cutting them off from the fade, they would have been known as immortals. Beings who have always been lived for a long time and arguably knowledgeable of the ways and know the truths
This
compared to
claims the
others.
elven gods were just
But at the
given
same time, because of what they are,
Are you hurt?
I'm not sure. It stopped at least.
in my opinion, how I've always seen it,
This looks
it
like
has
it
to be
fits
this
into that
way in a way
pedestal by the
because
broken
of one
bridge.
specific thing. The If Ben Harel did not ended up enslaving and capturing, not enslaved, but ended up stopping the former colonies, then what would have happened is, most likely, humans would be slaves, elves would dominate the world, Corypheus would have awoken, the light would have had a war against the elves and people. The elves did not have the means to kill off the lighted demons. So to be honest, it would have been a war of attrition, but at the end of the day, the elves would have lost, sadly. So in a way you could say, their Solus kind of made a wise choice, and if the Grey Wardens never came to be, the elves would have lost that war. I don't think, even if they are elven gods, there's no way they could take on a blighted being repeatedly, constantly. Because either A, they'll be corrupted by the blight, or B, they'll be taken over. And I don't think we need to see an elven blight god. That would probably be a huge problem. And I mean a very huge problem with that. We don't need that. Just to kill another demon. Goddamn elven god. What were they trying to keep from me? There's something here, but I don't know what it is. Return the weighted statue to the bridge. Okay. I'm gonna try to live stream this as long as I make sure that it's before 4 o'clock. I don't want it to get too late.
This place is creepy.
Yeah, I'll just make sure before I see Solus that I switch weapons. That's how it makes sense. Yes. That makes sense because if you look at their philosophy and you look at a lot of the things that they did, they weren't exactly all bad. But as a god king, you soon start to get devoured by greed, power, selfishness. They're probably just forgotten. And one of the only people who still remember was probably Mythal and Solus. They can't fend it out.
That Alluvian only took us a short distance.
So they probably lost their way, but the only two that still remembered the way was them two.
Many uses for these
But when they
devices.
resisted and tried to probably tell the others about what was going on with them, they killed Mythal. And out of killing Mythal, Solus felt sorrow. And out of sorrow, felt vengeance. And out of vengeance, felt action. And as a punishment and a way to get back at those that had killed Mythal, he punished them by sealing them with the Fade. And now since he plans on tearing the wall between the Fade and the real world asunder, the elves might end up regaining their immortality as one. 2, the elves might become a huge enemy to the world, so I guess what happened in Dragon Age Inquisition will probably happen at a more larger scale for the elves. So whoever is the hero will probably make a huge impact on what happens next. Which, in my opinion, will honestly be striking. So just like with the Qunari, I feel they're going to be a threat as well. I mean, the reason why I say that I feel like Solus and Mythal were different is because for Mythal, how the story I've been reading and everything about her, it seems that she, out of all of them, seemed to have had a more clear mind frame. After being betrayed by the other elves, I think that's what corrupted her a little bit. So now she wants vengeance and the justice that she deserves. I understand that too. But from what happened to her, I guess she's now taking her vengeance out upon the world. I don't even think that she's gone after she gave Solus power, but I think that was just a fraction of her power from one of her vessels. And I don't even think Flemeth gone either. I think that was just one of her versions of herself. So we don't even know how many times we're going to keep on meeting these two. And I feel this is just the beginning. Oh no, yeah. But it makes sense if it's just the beginning because those two always go hand in hand. You can't have Flemeth without Mythal. That thing is gonna kill me, shit. Gotta revive Dorian. I gotta get Dorian to get a magic level. Oh, level up. I haven't gotten Dorian to unlock my spells or attacks. Reason being is because, well, I had Solus for that. Solus, on the other hand, I think because of how Mythal died, he thought he was doing the right thing by separating and taking away his people's mortality and connection to the Fade. But because of his actions, it caused the death of his people. So you could say it had the right motives, but it was done in the wrong way. But I don't think Solus is prepared to face all just angry elven god kings. I think all of them together are about to tear Solus apart. I can see you back there. Don't think I can't reach you. There we go. And I think if we end up seeing a character in the Dragon Age universe go to the Fade, we're going to end up noticing how, well, one answer, maybe what happened to Corypheus. I feel like since he got put in the Fade, he's being torn apart by demons and creatures in the Fade. And he's just still trying to go like, I'm your master, or some bloody blah, while still being defeated and basically being shown his weakness compared to Fade demons. Which is more fitting for someone like him, desiring such levels of godhood when he never even stood a chance. I would feel that we might have, I don't know if they would, but it would also be kind of weird seeing it. I would kind of want to see the Warden return if you had him alive or whatever. Oh yeah, I should let you know. Shroud is alive in my playthrough. I figured out a way to keep Shroud alive. Mainly, I just let Logan die. The only usefulness for Logan, making him get killed instead of Shroud. So, one of my other favorite characters in the Dragon Age universe is alive for me. I'm sorry. I can't. I felt sad realizing that I'm trying to beat them off for Shroud. But both of them are really good. Oh, I know. Then again, Solus always had a thing about slavery. Like, that's what I mean. He always has a right idea, but he always does it in the wrong way. He always makes that mistake. That's how I see his character. Always having the right ideas, but always will make mistakes. That's how his cycle in the story will be, in my opinion. I and that maybe he should stop trying to do things his way and let others see as well. Because, you know, the Qunari, yes, they are a threat. They are a possible growing threat. And they have shown that they can become something very powerful if needed in necessity. But at the same time, it's not too shocking. Also, I should say what do they call them? Not the Ven Hospitals. What do they call them?
Why did those Qunari
I got the name of the
Inquisition
guy
on
who was in
sight?
charge, who appears
Qunari
in
never act
the
without orders.
Qunari
A commander in the
Dragon Age 2.
queue
What was
must
his
have given
name?
them.
Are
Airshot.
you saying the entire
Sten is the
Qunari
Airshot
nation
for
wants
me.
us dead?
Well, at last the Inquisition and Tevinter have something in common.
So, I am not okay with the fact how certain characters changed and developed. I'll be honest, I'm not. Exactly, nothing is better. That's what I mean. He always has good intentions, but he always keep doing the wrong thing. That's what I'm saying. Is that he needs to first think about what he's doing. Yes, they are for good reasons, but what is a good reason if everyone suffers out of that good reason? Like, didn't we already deal with this before?
That's Fen Harel. Removing the face markings from a Dalish elf.
Isn't this place older than the Dalish?
Maybe the markings used to have a different meaning.
Like, I'm saying, if he had just stopped and think, because honestly, every single action that he keeps doing causes more problems, maybe it wouldn't be so bad for his case. But he just keeps doing it. He just keeps repeatedly doing it. Which, in my opinion, that's where he keeps messing up. No matter how many times he'll try to make up for it, he'll always keep doing it. And maybe he should learn, if this isn't helping you, if it isn't helping them, if it isn't helping anyone, maybe you should stop. Forgot how this goes, in my opinion. I did forget how this one went. I have no memory how this went. I don't have a lot of time to keep trying. If I can't figure it out, I'll just come back to it. Correct. When all he had to do was just leave it alone. But he didn't. What does he do? The same thing that he did before. Make another mistake that he can't clean up. Again. How many times has he made mistakes? I have no memory of how this went. I felt like that was it, but I just couldn't make sure. It was this one. Fuck. It was that one. You got an eerie point of view, Wolf. Thank you.
What's this?
It's been a long time since I played Dragon Age, so trying to have a memory for it all is kind of concerning.
Hidden weapons. These freed slaves actually fought back against the Evanuris, posing as gods.
Interesting word, Evanuris. If all it means is mage leader, well, they were basically magisters.
Oop. Hey, what comes youth comes learning. Before I attack these people and they try to fight me, I will try to see what I can find. And it already began. Oh my god. Oh god, this is bad, that's bad, that's bad. Those rogues are gonna kill me. That is real bad. Oh my god. That's gonna be the death of me, I'm not careful. I might have to make myself a stronger version of armor again. I do have the armor, which is let me just have something. The best thing I can answer for that is what I believe is their philosophy only allows them to have the world that they're born to be. And it's not that it's slavery, it's just that they choose to be in that position.
This letter says the Qunari came to these ruins because the Illuvians connect to Halam Shara.
A staging ground.
It's not like they have a choice, it's just that they're born to be that way.
It was some sort of infiltration.
If someone
There's
says
no more details.
that you are meant to be this, you are meant to be this. If someone says you are meant to be nothing more than just a person that is a farmer, then you are a farmer. Determined on what they call you, you will stay. That's what I always seen the Qunari as.
It's been too long since we've traveled together. I've missed it.
Oh, you missed me.
It. I said I missed it.
I love you so much, Varric. Too bad Varric, out of all characters, will never be that romance you can never want. He'll never let you be
Let's
that
look for
romance
anything
you
that
want
explains why the Qunari came here before we go.
Damn, I can't even go. Oh, never mind. I need to really brush up on my dragon. Time. 3:31. We got some time. Do I want to go up here? No, not yet. There are 3 Illuvians. I'm gonna check all 3. Or check all 3 paths, I meant to say. There's blood going through this one. But at the same time, let me check what is in these Illuvians real quick. Nothing in here. Shocking.
The herald's down.
Alright. now from the path that that guy came from. What's here? Wait, isn't this? It is. Oh, well, whatever. It's the Oblivion that's in the Winter Palace, isn't it? The one from the room that you had an option to actually open. Near the end, before you go back inside the palace. Am I correct? You know, no one has ever made a video of opening all of the Oblivion doors. Well, I mean, all of the Winter Palace doors. I did realize that they showed certain doors, but not all of them. Why is this not my... How in the fuck... You know what? Don't ask questions, William. Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions you don't want answered. I know, right? I would not be shocked if that one of the Dragon Ages they actually made. Well, I wouldn't be shocked if they actually made one of the Dragon Ages where a Qunari point of view was made, because they already brought up Tevinter, and I just thought either A, it's going to be a mage protagonist in the next game, or B, it's going to be a Qunari protagonist. Because either or I still support. Did I see Bright? Probably not yet. Probably not yet. I might have. It depends on how you worded that. I probably read it wrong. What time is it? It's 3:35. We still got some time. But I will say that Dragon Age is one of my favorite games and series. I always kept trying to put the order of pieces up if this worked for the story. Like the comics, I know it will just always have a... Oh, the Netflix Bright. Some of it. Not all of it. Wait. Now what is here that I have not seen? There seems to be something I'm missing. I will say I like Bright so far. In my opinion. You think it sucks? I just say as a start it's okay. It could be better. It could be a lot better, but as long as they don't do one thing that'll probably piss me off, which I'd rather avoid.
A note about an unknown intruder coming through an alluvium. They turned spirits against us, then fled.
It must be a mage. They killed any Qunari in the way and let the spirits do the rest.
Two parties then. The Qunari and a mystery agent determined to stop them.
Come, Solus, come. But I'm curious, like, how exactly would it be? Besides how the comic continuity is, I like how the comic continuity is, but I kept my Grey Warden alive because one thing that I realized. Have you ever noticed in Dragon Age Origins, in a little trailer they show the supposed warden there? So I always noticed about that is when he was in the deep roads.
One dead Canary was bad enough.
That kind of was
Now we have more,
foreshadowing
and they're hostile.
a possible
This
future
makes no
for
sense.
where, if
The
you ever
Canary
seen
may
it,
not be friendly to
how
the
in this
Inquisition, but
timeline, if you have
they have no
Kieran with
reason to attack us.
Morrigan, she mentions
They
how her
also have
love
no
is
reason to be here
they're trying
or
to find a
using
way to
illusions at all.
end the
I've
calling.
had the mirror placed under guard for now, Your Holiness.
And ironically, that trailer name
Helen,
was The
please
Calling.
just call me Liliana.
Yes, Your
I saw it as,
Liliana.
so let me get this straight. The Grey Warden that you hear from Morrigan, if you have a kid with her and is alive,
it appears the relative
is
peace and
actually
quiet
there.
of the last 2 years
Possibly
is coming
there
to
when
an
that
end.
trailer shows that
First
Grey
the
Warden
Blight,
out.
then Mages and Templars, then Corypheus, and now this. Can't
So he's
we
down
go
there in
10
the deep
years
roads
without the
fighting
world
tons of
falling to
darkspawn.
pieces?
We must
Interesting.
ensure that the Canari do not disrupt the negotiations. The Exalted Council is in a very delicate state.
I'm certain you can soothe the nobles' ruffled feathers while we solve the real problem.
Not when the Inquisitor insults everyone present by walking out in the middle of the talks. Our only advantage is that Orlais and Ferelden are divided in goal and grievance. If they unite against us, Divine Victoria will have no choice but to support their claims. We could lose everything.
Could we use the Canary threat to remind everyone how valuable the Inquisition still is?
Not until we know more. It will be fine. I will attend to the Exalted Council.
And while Josie does that, we will investigate.
We, Your Holiness?
You do, Josie?
I'll head back to the crossroads. We need to find out what the Canary are doing, and why they attacked.
And I'll have a quiet word with our honor guard.
Well, it takes some time, and plus, some works, I can understand why it probably is messing with a lot of the stuff you want to write. Right now, I'm actually working on a Star Wars project with friends, and the thing about it is, this is the best thing I would recommend you. When I did this project with my friend involving Star Wars, I looked through the history of Star Wars.
Take a closer look.
And one thing I noticed is,
I should look around.
there was a huge ass time gap in Star Wars between 3277 BBY to actually 1036 BBY. I tweeted George Lucas. I also messaged many people about it as well. The thing about it is, it was never truly explained at all. For any story that you want to write or any story that you want to do, especially even if you want to create your own story, the best thing I would recommend you is be patient, and also make sure that no one else has done it before you. If someone else has done it before you, it can become complicated because others will try to claim that you stole their story or worse. So, yes, I can understand how you're feeling about that, because if it is something you want to do, especially when it comes to stories like that, you have to be cautious on how you approach them. Mainly because others will try to shoot. Then go ahead, write the book. Just say and point out that your story is something of your own volition. But also make sure that no one knows, that no one just points out about the Bright. If someone does, then you have the right to basically state how it's not the Bright. Two stories can be similar, doesn't mean they have to be the same. Every story doesn't have to exactly match into each other.
Everything going all right so far?
I'm surprised.
You just missed them.
I have to skip all this.
I complain.
Because I really don't have that much
I'm
time.
not in.
I want to savor these lines, only specific character lines I can savor, but I can't savor all of them, sadly. But I'm serious. If you still want to do it, go ahead and do it. Doesn't mean you have to just say that it's the Bright.
Wish I hadn't burned all my contacts with the Ben Hathrath. Be nice to have some idea what they're doing right now.
Yeah, but then you'd be on their side, Chief.
Yes, but I'd know things. I like knowing things.
The Chargers have been with the Inquisition for a while now. Is everyone still happy?
No complaints, Your Worship. The Inquisition's been good to us.
Oh yeah, yes, the Chargers aren't dead. I like Iron Bull. I don't want to have to kill him.
Loyalty is touching, Krem.
Cause yeah, I think I'll be upset on the fact I have to cut down Iron Bull like a piece of meat. Which, in a nutshell, it still could happen, but I just don't want to kill him right now. He's one of my favorites.
How did Varric, of all people, become the Viscount of Kirkwall? A mystery for the ages.
I hear you've been rebuilding the Seekers.
Slowly, but yes. I managed to find a few of my former comrades who'd scattered to the winds. Some of them were unsuitable, and I did not ask them to return. Others felt as I did, once they read the Lord Seeker's tome. We've since recruited a few candidates who are going through training now, with full disclosure. What comes after this, I cannot be certain. I'm making it up as I go along.
Sounds familiar.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
So what do you think of the Chantry?
You ask me just to poke at me and see if I react, don't you? It is what it is. Most Holy's reforms are interesting, to say the least. I hope they last once Leliana is gone. Regardless of what I think, it could have been far worse. You and I both remember the dark times we faced. Sadly, others have far shorter memories.
What do you think of the Exalted Council?
They are frightened of your power, and there is no longer a hole in the sky to remind them that it was needed.
They might be right.
Do not say that near them unless you want to give them the scent of blood. Even so, I would wait and see where this leads. Calmer heads may yet prevail.
When has that ever been the case?
I'm an optimist. Just ask Varric.
That's actually a nice, interesting story. The best thing I would tell you about how you're doing that story is, like I said, make sure that if someone tries to point it out, just make them understand how you address your story and how Bright dresses it is entirely two different things. That's how no one can try to say yours and Bright are the same thing. Just because something is similar doesn't mean it's the same thing. Just because they have the similar approach doesn't mean they are. Just make your story have its own reasoning and make your story have its own curves, its own talents, its own characters, and its own plot. And make sure that it doesn't connect in any way to Bright. That's how, if someone tries to call you out on it, they can't. Because guess what? It's your story. Your story means your creation at the end of the day. I will not agree with people like that go with characters who make up their own story like Rian Johnson. Rian Johnson is a great character, but I do not like how he did Star Wars. But I will not cuss the man out, and I will not bring thunder down on his name because of how he approached something. I see it as the best thing you can do for these circumstances. Okay, I kind of do like that armor, and I kind of wish I had this armor a little bit. If I could just get it and dye it, that would be awesome. But of course, Dragon Age, they won't allow you to just get stuff like that. But my point is, if they want to come at you about how you're doing things, don't let them do that to you. Enjoy your story. Make your story. Try to get it done. Just make it sure
Divine Victoria,
that it's something you want to do.
Please don't. It would be nice
If
to
it's
just
something
be
that you don't
Lyanna
like,
again for a few
then
days.
it's fine.
Oh, of course. Forgive me.
There's nothing to forgive. I just
there
want
you
it to be
go.
like old times.
That's a good starting off point.
Tell me about your nugs. Did you get any new
That's what I'm
ones?
saying. It's just
Oh yes. Elita
do
was
something
born
that you
just a
know you're
month
gonna
ago.
love.
We're weaning them
there
right
are
now.
going to be people that
If
are
you're
going to be
hoping
against
for
you.
one, I'm
And this world that we live
afraid
in,
they're already spoken
everyone
for.
is always going to try to make a reason to be against you, no matter what it is. That's just the way the world is.
Do you miss being our spy master?
That's always how
I
it's
think
going
I
to
miss
be.
the people more than the work. Josie, Cullen, I didn't notice how much I liked having them near until they weren't. We're right, of course, but it's not the same.
Have your agents any news I should hear about?
There is activity in the Tirashan. Strange
I was
elves,
tempted to
like
make
those of the
Cassandra
Temple
the
of
Divine
Ithal.
and then just have
No
it where
news of
my
Solus,
character and
however.
her will always just be that
Perhaps
relationship that I could always stand the time as her guardian. But then I thought, wouldn't it be blasphemous if my character somehow secretly, her and him, ended up having a secret lovers' quarrel behind the scenes?
What can I do for you?
But then you know for a fact, it would be bad if a Divine is pregnant.
Leliana is managing to hold the Chantry together, just barely. Likely your influence. The College of Enchanters is a ridiculous mess, but it's still a useful institution for training mages.
And you're the worstest type of mage that ever existed, Vivienne. Not by magic-wise, but personality-wise. You almost could kill anyone and you would slap the world with it. If you were Divine, you would just try to slap your dick in everyone's face of how your holy might is the only thing that matters, and your belief is the only thing that matters. But enough saying and disrespecting your dumbass. I have other things to do.
We'll talk another time.
But anyway, continue. Before we got a little bit of time.
Quite the party, wasn't it? I hear it left the Orlesians and Fereldans completely aghast. Andraste's herald, the Inquisitor, toasting a Tevinter Magister. Not a bad scandal to leave on.
What is this ambassadorship about exactly?
I believe my father set it up, but the Imperium certainly didn't object. They'd love for the Inquisition to fall apart, so they're happy if it seems they consider this council a waste of time.
That makes no sense.
No? If Dread Tevinter actually pushed for the Inquisition's end, everyone else would disagree on principle. So they send a nobody pariah and hope for the best. Makes perfect sense to me.
What did you do in Tevinter while you were away?
I went home twice. Father was only there once. Mother was drunk both times. I also went to Carinus to see my good friend Mayveris. Then I settled some of Alexis's affairs. That wasn't fun.
Any thoughts about the Exalted Council?
A few. Divine Victoria needs a new tailor for one. From the paintings of Leliana in that enormous robe, you'd think she was pregnant. Could cause a delicious scandal. As for this whole Exalted Council business, well, I warned you once that no one would thank you for saving the world. Sadly, I'm always right. So long as the Inquisition's around to remind them they're not really in charge, they'll never sleep comfortably. Whether they have the guts to take action, I suppose we'll see.
They won't.
Another time.
Because what I plan on doing is 360 in all of their asses. And making the Inquisition, well, this one, work with them. My Qunari Inquisitor will not work for anybody. To be honest, any story that I put with the Inquisition, they're either with the Council or they are 100% against the Council. So no, there won't be a disbanding.
Have you had a chance to speak with Liliana? Away from work, I mean.
Some, yes. Liliana has kept in contact, unofficially of course, but it's good to see her again. Arguing with her in person is far more satisfying.
Do you remember the first time we came to the Winter Palace?
All too well. I've already answered a half-dozen questions about my personal life. The reason we're here is because we made a difference. That's worth enduring the political small talk.
Is there anything I should know?
We were permitted soldiers here. Our every move is watched. Some things never change.
Is there any news from Ferelden? How's your family?
My sister Mia keeps me informed. As I understand, she's training my nephew to best me at chess.
All good news, then?
Not all, but most of it is, and that's good enough.
I should go.
Inquisitor?
Is this? Yes, it is. I only have enough time to speak to everyone, and that's about it. Take your time typing it out, but just know that we do not have a lot of time, so if you can't explain it to me all now, I'll be able to hear it tomorrow, or actually today in PM when I go live again. What?
Tell me, these strange spaces past the Alluvians, are they safe to explore?
We're taking every precaution we can, Josephine.
I will take your word for it. And yet, you've accomplished so much in the calm of these past years. I wish you did not have to imperil yourself for us. Again.
I don't like to worry you, but... thank you, Josephine.
You're most welcome. Tell me if there's
now this would be
anything
more
I can
fitting
do to
if it was
help.
my Qunari character
do what
who's
I can
going to
here.
end up romancing
Once
her
the Qunari
anyway.
are dealt with, brace yourself. The Council is just as relentless.
Ouch. Forgot.
Hello, and shh. I'm trying to figure out why everyone is acting so weird. I mean, besides because You see it, right? There's something going with the elf servants. Makes sense after that ruin, right?
It's been a couple of years. How's everything sitting with you?
It's weird meeting back up and seeing everyone get their grey. First time I've been anywhere long enough to get fond of things. Leliana's friendly when she wants to be. My people sometimes do things for her, like I do for you. And all for Andraste, I suppose. It still rings right, but the way people used to go on about it, I thought there'd be more trumpets.
When you start going on about elves, it's hard to tell if it's about them or you.
Yes, you're ever so clever. Arse. Point is, the servants have no complaints. No asking for a Jenny. They serve this lot, but
Well,
don't want them done
I
for
will
anything.
enjoy reading that book
So,
when you write it.
the nobles are nice,
I
and
hope
the
that at
servants
some
are
point you
happy.
might
things that
see
have
in my
never
Star
been
Wars
true.
story that I've been
Mark
writing with
that
my
I said
friends.
it. We're fighting Canary, but something
Who
else
knows?
is on the up.
I suppose you've a lot to say about that elven ruin, about the creators.
They're not even demons, just big magey knobs punching down. And yes, the shits who use them to make me feel broken can still eat it. But always waiting for that fight is way too much work. It's like doing half the hurt for them. Maybe we're old now, but I'm tired of it. We've new fights to look forward to. We always do, seems like.
We'll talk.
Cool.
Hello. Being this, being me, it's harder, but better. I like me. Meriden laughs at things I say. The Guardian Spirit stayed, not bound, but biding, because he asked. He knows how to speak, so spirits listen. Your hand hurts. A heartbeat, not yours, hammering the beat of a song in its final verse. I'm sorry.
He knows that I'm gonna lose my hand. Fuck.
It always had a soul. The question is the answer.
Well, thanks, Cole, for letting me know that yes, I'm going to lose my hand. Well, guess it's time to speak to Blackwall.
Need me for anything?
What do you think is going to happen at the Exalted Council?
Maker, I have no idea. Politics always makes my head spin. The Inquisition shouldn't have to give in whenever some prissy noble gets their knickers wedged somewhere.
You're more comfortable being called by your real name now.
Comfortable? Not quite yet. I didn't want to be Rainier for such a long time. To be quite frank, he was an ass. But I've changed. And reclaiming my name has allowed me to reconnect with people I haven't seen in years. Family. It wouldn't have happened without you.
Yes, I forced him to reveal who he was, and I made him redeem himself.
I have to admit I missed it.
I am not
What
fair.
does it mean when we need a huge diplomatic talk or the world ending just to bring us together? I got the chance to have a few drinks with Sarah. Miss that girl.
Too bad Sarah's
It's still
gay.
a little awkward talking to Cassandra. But the commander appears to have forgiven me. Finally.
Until later.
Take care.
That's right, I pointed it out. Yeah, she's gay. Want to fight about it? But she's a lovable gay. That's fair. I can understand that.
What's this?
I forgot what those do.
All right. Let's see where they were going.
Oh look! More demons for us to clean out!
By the way, if it comes to heavy weapons, Iron Bull has the strongest aim. Okay, this is bad. That rage demon is gonna kill me. This is bad. Oh god, this is really bad. How the fuck? Why, Solus? Why does that go down on me? You or my dispeller? Oh god! fucking barrack. And on top of that, I don't have the equipment for it yet. Jesus Christ. Alright. Yeah, I think this is a good time to end the live stream for now. Oh well, I'll be back to end this. Well, I'll be back to kill those soon enough. But I hope you enjoyed the live, and thank you for explaining your book to me, Madar. I will hope to get to read, to get to understand, and you tell me more about it. Tomorrow, actually no, in the morning when I live stream again. I hope you had a good time talking with me here, and I hope you have a good day. Take care, and I'll speak to you later.